I am so happy with how this looks for the Rangers. We have a pitcher, Jack Leiter, and he is a dude.
And while I do think his hitting is worse than Derek Jeter, it's not that far off.
You're not mentioning 2006. You can mention the other people, not 2006.
Oh, just because I bought the best soap doesn't mean your room's going to be clean. It just leaves it to where I don't believe that the Canadians had a shot.
I really don't like the Clippers just kind of sending it in when they're like,
Hi, this is Kelly Forbes with the Dallas Stars, and you're listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NBA Opinions of the Week. It is finally here. The NBA season has started, and I am joined by the man that I'm wondering what he feels about the NBA season for his team, Austin.
Terrible.
Well, you never know. There could be some hype.
I not much else I can say, honestly.
Yeah, we will mention the Wizards, and let's start with the East with our predictions. And there's a new. I'll let you explain the new rule in this episode.
So yeah, we're just gonna add. We're doing our normal points to where it's 1 point for the red spot, and obviously the playoffs are in the playoffs, whatever. But we're doing an extra, like a playoff spot worth of points. The 2 extra points we get for playoffs. We're going to highlight the team that is going to have the worst record. So not only do they have to be the 15th seed in their conference, but they also have to have the worst record across conference. So, yeah, I guess you kind of have a 50-50 shot, but still, I want to do it. So make it a little bit different.
Yeah, you have a 50-50 shot if you're right about the 15 seats.
Oh, you're right. Never mind. Yeah, you're right.
So
It's not a guarantee.
percentage.
I like that.
Yeah.
Good.
But yeah, so let's start with your number one in the East.
Okay. I'll just do my top 6. I'll do the teams that automatically make the playoffs. Celtics, Knicks, Sixers, Magic, Bucks, Cavs.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. We might. So for me, I have Celtics at 1, Knicks at 2, Sixers at 3, Bucks at 4, Cavs at 5, and then Magic at 6.
Where did you have the Sixers?
I had the Sixers at 3.
Okay, so we
Because
both agree Sixers at 3. You had Magic at 6.
Yes. Did
Bucks
you
at
have
5.
Magic?
We agree on Bucks. Did you have Cavs at 4?
I had Cavs at 5. Bucks are at 4.
Oh, okay. So we disagree there. Did you start with Celtics Knicks or Knicks Celtics?
Celtics Knicks.
Okay,
I
so
think
we agree on the
Celtics-
top 3.
Okay. All right. And then where do you have them? Have you mentioned the Magic yet, or did I miss?
I had the Magic at 4.
Okay, Magic at 4. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't. The Bucks, I thought about putting them lower because I am worried about the injuries. We've talked about the age with Chris Middleton, Dame. Giannis is a guy that's dealt with injuries. You also have Brook Lopez. And really the depth behind their bench. Magic are still really young, but I want to see what they do, but they did have a really great season last year. And they did add Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. That's a huge addition for them.
Mostly for shooting as a team that they struggled at shooting, and they needed more shooting, and they definitely got that by adding KCP.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's your. So we've each mentioned our 6. I'll go into 7, 8, 9, and 10 because those are the plan. 7 is Pacers, 8 is Heat, 9 is Raptors, 10 is Hawks.
Okay, I have 7 Pacers, Heat at 8, Hawks at 9, Hornets at 10.
Ooh, okay.
This is kind of banking on LaMelo Ball being healthy for the year.
Okay.
LaMelo's missed a lot of games recently, and that I do think tanks them as a team.
Yeah. Okay. So we're in agreement on 7 and 8. Disagree on 9 and 10. Who do you have at 9?
I had Hawks at 9.
Hawks at 9. Okay.
You had Hawks at 10, right?
Yeah, I have Hawks at 10.
And who was your 10? Or who's your 9?
My 9 is Raptors.
That's right. Okay.
It could be. They're a weird team because they have young players.
Definitely that. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll let you go into your 11 through 15.
Okay, so Pistons at 11, Raptors at 12, Bulls at 13, Nets at 14, and Wizards at 15.
Okay, that explains more about the terrible, with the Wizards being 15 and possible for worst team in the league. In your predictions.
Yeah, I'll mention that. I'll mention that after I mention my. I'll do that last. I'll mention that after I mention East and West.
Yeah, I agree. Before we go into playoffs, which are just for fun, but we do get points for a worst team if we get it right. My 11 is Pistons, 12 Nets, 13 Wizards, 14 Hornets, 15 Bulls.
Okay. 15 Bulls. Okay.
Both just seem like a dumpster fire, if I'm being completely honest. Hopefully Lonzo comes back, but I do have doubt. I know he played in the preseason, but how long will it last? Hornets, you do have guys around them. You do have guys around LaMelo, but they're going to be tricky. I think they're just going to be in tank mode. Wizards are a confusing team as well. They have Valanciunas as their center. And then you have a lot of young guys. But to me, the bottom of the East is really tough to tell. Just because of there are some young guys that could have hope. The Nets, what are they going to do? They got some draft capital back, but we'll just have to see what happens with them. Pistons, to me, they should have it, but no one could have expected their terrible losing streak last season.
Yeah. Okay, so on to the West. I'll let you go first on your West because I went first on the East.
Okay, so number 1, Thunder. 2, Timberwolves. 3, Mavs. 4, Nuggets. 5, Grizzlies. 6, Pelicans. Thunder and Timberwolves, or what?
I was going to say we had the same top 6, not in order necessarily, but we do have the same 6 teams. We're very close on order, though.
Okay. 1 and 2 for me was pretty easy. Timberwolves, we'll have to see how they play, but to me, they're relatively unchanged, despite Cat. They got better in some areas, and to me, they were competing for the number 1 seed last year. They deserve to be 2. 1 is Thunder because they won it last year. And to me, I'm like, they should do it again. They got even better with Caruso and just another year of Chet and just the young guys around Shea. Mavs, to me, could be the one where I'll lose because I'm still wondering about Clay. We've talked about Clay. If Clay's not a starter, I feel better about this team because I'm seeing a lot of good things about Najee Marshall, and I'm very excited to see what he does. I wish he could be that deep. He is viewed as the Derrick Jones Jr. replacement, but to me, he's not because he's not starting. And so he's not really replacing Derrick Jones Jr. in that way because Derrick Jones Jr. was a fantastic defender. I think Najee can be a fantastic defender, and there are some clips of his passing skills, which is something Derrick Jones Jr. didn't really do. But I can't really think about that because I just view Clay is coming in. Clay is just a shooter, and he's not that great of a defender. It's hard to expect him to come close to that defensive player that Derrick Jones Jr. was just because of his age and also his injuries. So that's the problem. I do think they figure it out, but it could take them a little bit longer, which could lead them from 3. Nuggets, I'm very interested with them as a team. Pelicans, I'm very high on because in the point guard episode, I forgot about DeJounte Murray joining them. They have a really stacked backcourt. So I'll let you get to your first 6 teams.
So I'm at Thunder, Wolves, Mavs.
Okay.
Pelicans at 4. Grizzlies at 5. Nuggets at 6.
Okay, so oh wow, I thought you would be a little bit higher on the Nuggets than me.
I'm worried about their shooting. We have a friend who's very into the NBA that predicts the Nuggets to miss the playoffs.
Wow. Yeah, he's not a big Nuggets fan. To me, I am worried about just their young players. Their young players could come up and figure it out, but that's something they've been betting on and it hasn't worked out so far. And losing KCP is huge. Okay, so we only disagree on Nuggets and Pelicans, but everything else. Okay, what are your reasons for the Mavs at 3?
I think they're a deep team. And while they may not play Najee Marshall as a starter, I think that he's going to play enough minutes to be considered in that DJJ role. I don't think Clay's a starter in name, not in minutes, in my opinion.
I hope that's the case. I would love it. And I'm really excited to see how this team works. So I'll go through my 7 through 10 again. Kings, Suns, Spurs, Warriors.
Okay. I'm Suns, Rockets, Lakers, Spurs.
Okay. You have Rockets. And who's the other team? I don't think I said. Lakers. Okay. Talk to me about the Rockets.
Do you have the Spurs?
I do have the Spurs. I have the Spurs at 9.
Okay.
I think they are a sneaky team with Chris Paul and Victor Wembanyama.
I really do love the Chris Paul addition.
I also forgot they have Harrison Barnes.
They do, and that's another vet that can help guys like Keldon Johnson and Devin Vassell kind of grow into the players they need to be.
Yeah, and to me, those are great players to help Victor Wembanyama grow, I would say, playing in a winning team, because he's not going to – he should not be sharing the ball. If he were on a really – like the Spurs were really bad, didn't have vets, he'd just be getting the ball a ton. But to me, this is going to teach him how to play with guys, how to work with them, which should just help them when they get better. Because of the young guys, but they also can do well now with Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes. So to me, they're a sneaky team. But yeah, okay. So talk to me about the Rockets, because I don't really believe in the Rockets.
They're one of the deepest teams in the league.
Okay.
And that's really, I'm worried. Look, we'll talk about this friend again. This friend has the Kings at 3.
Okay.
I'm worried that De'Aaron Fox, who shot 37% from 3 last year and was a good shooter, very good, but every other year in his career has shot 33% or lower. I don't know if DeMar's addition is going to help them shooting. They also have Sabonis. If Fox does not shoot well, Fox, Sabonis, and DeMar all can't shoot threes. I'm worried that the team will fall apart. And if one injury happens, I think the team is in a bad spot. Yes, they have Keon Ellis, who I love. Yes, they have Keegan Murray, who I adore, but I don't necessarily know if their team is built for what they need to be doing, and I am worried about them, and they don't even make the play-in for me. The Lakers, I think LeBron is going to play better with Bronny on the team. I think he kind of wants to show out and get Bronny into the playoffs, no matter what. Well, I don't think Bronny's necessarily going to play all that much, and I don't think its impact on the game is going to be positive in the best, but I do think he can make it.
Okay. I have the Lakers at 11. And then, so to talk about that, they're close, but I view the team around LeBron and how much can LeBron do with his age. He is still a great player. It's just, I don't know if he can carry a team like he has done in the past, given his age.
I don't think he can carry a team, but I think he can carry a team to 9, right? Mm-hmm. So he can't do like Cavs where they're a 1, 2, or 3, or 4 team, but I think you can carry a team to 9. That's okay. Well, especially with AD, who I think will be an MVP candidate this year.
Okay. All right. I'll let you go through 11 through 15.
Okay, so I'm at Warriors at 11. I'm worried about that. Their team is built. Kings at 12. Already talked about that. Clippers at 13. Kawhi's injury tanked them on this. I think I had them at 10 before and dropped them because I don't know if Kawhi's going to play it all this season. He doesn't really have the reason to, right? They're not going to be a good team. Jazz at 14, and 15 is the Blazers. And to say the worst team in the league, I think the Wizards will be the worst team in the league.
Ooh.
What's your prediction?
Well, before I say that, I'll go through my 15. 11 is Lakers, 12 is Jazz, 13 Rockets, 14 Clippers, 15 Trailblazers. I want to see it work with the Rockets. They, to me, were a hot team, and then they falter near the end. Clippers, it does hurt with the Kawhi injury. And I have the Trailblazers at 15. And to me, this is the team that's the worst in the league.
So we both have the Blazers at 15 in the West, but I think the Wizards will be the worst team in the league. Well, you think it's going to be the Blazers. And the Bulls were your 15 in the other in the East, right? Okay.
I think the Trailblazers are going to be worse than the Bulls. And to me, there are a lot of pieces that just aren't really going to fit. And yeah. So, okay, you believe on the Lakers. I agree about the Warriors. You had the Lakers at 10, right?
I had them at 9.
Okay, you had them at 9. So I thought we're pretty close to where the Warriors and Lakers are. I am worried about the team around them, but kind of how you view LeBron, I think Steph does that, and Buddy Hield can play well as well. So we will see about that. But now let's get to the fun part. Those are all our predictions. I have points. Now let's get to the fun part with the playoffs.
Where do you want to start?
Let's start in the East.
Okay, we'll go playing first. So I have Hawks versus Hornets. That's 9 versus 10. I have the Hornets winning. Pacers versus Heat. I have the Heat winning. And Pacers versus Hornets. I have the Pacers winning. So my 8 seed would then be the Pacers. My 7 seed would be the Heat.
So my 7th seed is also the Pacers, and my 8th seed is the Heat. I think they just win. They're listed at 7 and 8, but I think they keep doing that.
Who do you have winning 9 and 10?
9 and 10, I have Hawks at 9, Raptors at 10.
Who do you think wins that game?
I'm gonna go Hawks.
Okay. What does your round 1 look like, and who do you have winning?
So I have Celtics versus Heat, Knicks versus Pacers, Sixers versus Magic, Bucks versus Cavs. I have all the higher seeds winning. So the Celtics beat the Heat, Knicks beat the Pacers, Sixers beat the Magic, and Bucks beat the Cavs.
Okay. I have Celtics Pacers as the 1-8. The 4-5 is Magic Bucks. 2-7 is Knicks Heat. 3-6 is 76ers Cavs. I have 2 lower seeds and 2 higher seeds winning. I have the Celtics beating the Pacers, the Bucks beating the Magic, the Heat beating the Knicks, and the 76ers beating the Cavs.
Okay. Oh, interesting. So we have the Sixers advancing. What does your second round look like?
My second round is Celtics versus Bucks and 76ers versus Heat. I have the Celtics losing to the Bucks. I have the Bucks going on a run here. I think the Celtics kind of are gassed after their previous playoff runs and kind of muster out while Giannis is playing his absolute hardest. Maybe Dame has a huge series. And I have the Heat beating the Sixers. So the Sixers do not make it to the conference final again.
Okay. I have Knicks versus Celtics. I have the Celtics winning. I think their defense really stifles the Knicks. Then I have Bucks versus Sixers. I have the Sixers missing again. So will you it as the second round matchup? I have the conference finals, and I have the Celtics winning that.
Okay. I have Bucks versus Heat, and I have the Heat making the finals again.
Okay.
So I have one more Heat run, one more Jimmy Butler run.
One more. Okay. All right.
What was your conference finals again?
My conference finals was
Celtics versus
Celtics Bucks.
Bucks.
versus
That's right.
Bucks.
That's right.
Okay. So now we have the West, and I'll let you do your play-in predictions.
Okay, so I have Lakers versus Spurs. That's a 9-10. I have the Lakers winning. Suns versus Rockets, 7-8. I have the Suns winning. Rockets versus Lakers. I have the Lakers sneaking into the playoffs as the 8th seed. So my 7th seed is the Suns, which is like it was in the regular season, but the Lakers move up from 9 to 8 through the play-in. So what does yours look like?
So, and my 9 and 10 is Spurs Warriors, and this is where I have some movement. I have Spurs beating the Warriors. Then they play the Suns. Or no, the Suns beat.
Well, it depends on who wins the 7-8 game.
Okay, so 7-8, I have the Suns winning.
Okay, so they could a loser of the 7-8 game.
So the loser would be the Kings.
Okay, so the Kings would play the Spurs.
And then I have the Spurs beating the Kings and making it as the 8th seed.
Okay.
So the Spurs fall out. And then so
I thought you mean Kings fall out, right?
Kings fall out. Yeah, Spurs rise up. So now I'll let you go through your matchups.
So I have Thunder versus Lakers, the 1-8. The 4-5 is Pelicans versus Grizzlies. The 2-7 is Wolves versus Suns, and the 3-6 is Mavs versus Nuggets. Very European ordeal in that matchup. Luka versus Jokic would be a show for sure. I have the Thunder beating the 8-seeded Lakers. I have the Grizzlies beating the 4-seeded Pelicans. I have the Wolves beating the Suns again. and I have the Mavs beating the Nuggets.
Ooh, okay. So I have Thunder facing the Spurs, Timberwolves versus Suns. We agree on that. Mavs versus Pelicans, Nuggets versus Grizzlies. I have the Nuggets beating the Grizzlies. I have the Mavs beating the Pelicans. I have the Timberwolves beating the Suns once again. And then I think there are some crazy moments in the Spurs Thunder game, but the Thunder win. And then I'll just go into my second round. Thunder versus Timberwolves, Nuggets versus Mavs. And I have the Thunder beating the Timberwolves, and then I have the Nuggets beating the Mavs. I do think you mentioned Luka versus Jokic. I also think of Derek Lively versus Jokic defensively.
That's true. It's going to be how can guys around Jokic play. If they come to play, I do think they could win that series, but I'm worried about how the other guys play. I'm not worried about Jokic. My second round is Thunder versus Grizzlies. I had the Thunder winning. And then the Wolves versus Mavs, a rematch of the Western Conference Final last year, and I had the Mavericks winning.
Oh, okay. I have Thunder versus Nuggets, and I have the Nuggets winning.
So 2023, the Heat make it to the finals, and the Nuggets. One of us has a team from that matchup returning.
Ooh, okay, all right.
I have Thunder versus Mavs, and I have the Thunder winning.
Mm-hmm. The Thunder have added a lot. I think that's going to be a close series. If they will most likely play again in the next few years. Could be this year.
Who do you think is the? I forgot to ask this. So conference finals MVP is now a thing. Who would you say would be in the East? Who would it be in the West?
East would probably be Drew Holiday. West would be Jokic.
Okay, I have Jimmy Butler in the East, and I have Shea in the West. I don't think that's a lie. Crazy.
Yeah. So now I have Celtics versus Nuggets, and you have Thunder versus Heat.
Yeah, a rematch of 2012.
Yes. Ooh, it's a good one. I'll let you announce your winner.
So I have the Thunder winning in 6. You don't have to say games. I didn't say it.
Yeah,
But I have the Thunder in 6 winning. And SGA as Finals MVP. You remember? I don't know if you remember this. When we first started our channel, what was my prediction regarding the Thunder?
They would win probably the next 5 years.
No, my prediction was that they would win the most NBA championships in the 2020s.
Yeah.
So if you add up all the 2020s, so technically you have Lakers, you have Bucks, you have Warriors, you have Nuggets, you have Celtics. All those teams have won. My prediction is that the most titles in the 2020s will be the Thunder, and we start here. We start this season.
Now that you say it, I remember it. Might be even a clip cut. We'll see.
We'll find it if it's not.
Yeah. Well, this one will be a new one. We'll have Nuggets. I have the Nuggets beating the Celtics. This one would be 7. I would have Jokic winning MVP.
So you have the
MVP.
Nuggets losing last year but winning this year.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I just believe Jokic can bring him, and it's just the guys around him. Can they go on a run? I do think it's going to be a really exciting NBA season because there's a lot to me where it's not really clear cut, and we need to just see these teams play, and we'll see what happens in the playoffs. So that is all I got. I'll let you close this one out.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. Please let us know your predictions regarding the season. Let us know which one of us is crazy. I know you guys definitely. Oh, this is one of the harder seasons I've had to predict. The West is nuts. That's why I wanted to go. I told Kevin before we record, let's go East first. The East is a lot easier in my mind, especially the top 8. The West is impossible. Like, I legitimately could see even the Clippers, if Kawhi comes back early enough, make the play-in. And that makes it 13 teams that can make the play-in. Even the Jazz, if Keontae George and everything works out, I don't know. But please let us know what you guys think, and please catch you in the next video.